Welcome to week 42. We now have a working charger for the smart drive. It turns out that our chargers were switched, so the rep took mine and switched with his because he tested his and his was working, and then it didn't work with my smart drive. So anyway, I now have my charger back and it has charged up. So hopefully we are now mobile. I'm doing a test run today. Dan's at home, so if there are any problems, Daddy can come get us, can't he? We are on our way to baby time. For those of you who have been paying particular attention to the days, you'll know that previously baby time was on a Wednesday, and that is because Elise is now mobile and they have put her up to the next little group, and they've actually created it specifically for 3 of the little babies in the area, Elise included, and they've done it at this centre specifically so that I can go, which is really kind, really thoughtful and really appreciated. So we are heading off there now, aren't we? We didn't think we were going to make this one because we were supposed to be coming back from Essex. Dan's had a virus, so we are here and we thought we'd come along, especially as the next 2 Thursdays I've got hospital appointments, so we won't be able to make it. Okay, so it turns out that Baby Time Plus, which is actually called Tweenies, not sure how I feel about that, doesn't start till next week. But we've got out and we've had some fresh air. The only problem is there seem to be some obstacles in the way. Going to the children's centre, I ended up hitting my arm on the bin and ended up with my cast wheels down in the mud because somebody hasn't thought about pushchairs and wheelchairs having to get through when they put their bin out. We are now home and the smart drive battery held out really well. We're still on full lights, having gone down to town and back, which is as it should be. So hopefully that means in terms of charging the smart drive, things are all good. However, I've come home and checked the bracket and the wobbling the smart drive is doing, which I've not seen on either of the either of the devices that I've had on loan. It wobbles and it has pushed up the bracket. We were hoping it wouldn't do it again, having come back from being repaired, but it has. I can feel the wobbling. The loan model was much smoother, and I'll see if I can show you that. Okay, so this is I think it's called a spirit measure, and the way these work, if you're not familiar with them, is the bubble is supposed to be in the middle, and I can see that my camera is not focusing on it very well. There we go. So if you can see that bubble moving, that is supposed to be central. If we pop it onto the smart drive bracket and I zoom in, you should be able to see that the bubble is all the way up here. It is not central. There we go, central like it should be. And I know that the bracket was set to exactly where it should be because the rep not only checked it, he took everything off, I'm not sure, he took something out, he cleaned it all up, reset it, and just that trip down to town and back has taken the centre from there to there, which is not good. So I'm going to reset the bracket now before I forget about it and text the rep just to let him know that it's still moving, and see what he says. We have had a very successful morning. I had makeup on because I took some blog photos earlier before we left the house. I've now posted off my blue badge check. Dan had to write it because I don't have a checkbook in my married name. My checkbook hasn't been used, I think, since 2010 or 2011. It's still in my maiden name. So to avoid me having to pay for a postal order, Dan has written a check, so that's gone in the post. And we popped in to a cafe that's a potential Sling library location and spoke to the manager, and she loved the idea, which is really exciting. I wanted to do it in a cafe because then people can buy drinks. They'll also have toilets, which is important with exploding babies and being pregnant. But also I wanted to support local businesses, and while this is part of a bigger chain, it still supports the local branch. And I went for this. Well, my thinking with this one is that it's the most accessible that I found in terms of getting there by train, bus or driving, and also the facilities themselves are the most accessible I've seen so far. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm maybe too excited, but I'm thrilled. I thought she was going to say, oh no, management wouldn't have that, but no, she was really keen on the idea, which is so exciting. Good morning. So we're on our way to Birmingham for our first of 2 sessions of peer supporter training for the Sling Library.
She loves that. And I was sitting downstairs with her while I was doing that. And she was like, oh, it's just me having to cry. Tire him out.
So this is my path to my house. We're on the pull-out service. The council is supposed to put it back onto there. I can't get in the house, and it's really cold, and Elise is grumpy, and I'm on the phone to them to try and get someone to come out and actually let us into our own house. Yesterday was lovely but very full on. I managed to get through to the council for them to say there's nothing we can do other than send you a complaint form, and I've complained previously about the bins and nothing's changed. So I phoned the number that I was given for the lady who came out to us last time. Hello darling. She no longer works there, but the lady I spoke to instead was very helpful. I just hope something's actually going to happen, because last time it took me writing a blog post and taking to social media for anyone to take any notice, which is concerning. We then went out to the choir post-Christmas meal, which was lovely. I used to sing with the choir before I was pregnant and while I was pregnant. And Dan is their accompanist, and one of our very close friends is the musical director. And they invited us along, which was lovely. But today we're going to have a PJ day because I'm exhausted, I'm shattered, I'm struggling to put words together. Or at least it feels like I'm struggling to put words together. I might be coming across okay. Anyway, PJ day today,